Question 21. Look at the rectangle below. Work out the perimeter of this rectangle. So again, I've drawn in all my lengths. Perimeter means the distance around the shape, so it means addition. I need to add up all my lengths. Now, before I do anything, I don't like always adding up decimals. They can always be a bit awkward, especially if I've got more than 2. So I'm going to start looking quickly for some tricks that I could use to help me. Well, there's 6 here, and there's 4 here, right? Well, 6 and 4 makes 10. So I'm going to have a 0 in this column. So what I could do is I could do 5.6 plus 3.4, add them together. So this would make 0, and I carry the 1. 5, 3, 1, that's 9, 9.0. So I've got these two side lengths. To work out the rest of the rectangle, I just times 9 by 2. So 9 times 2 equals 18. So 18 centimeters. Remember, because it's addition, our units don't change, it's just centimeters. So A would be 18 centimeters. It does give us the units here, but as I always say, good practice to always use the units. And then finally, question 21b, I've got work out the area of the rectangle, give units, give units, give units with your answer. So we need to give units with our answer. Now, for 5.6 and 3.4, for the area, we do the base times the height. So base times height. So I'm going to do 5.6 times 3.4. How am I going to do 5.6 times 3.4, you ask? Well, I'm going to do 56 times 34. I'm going to ignore the decimals. That is going to give me 1,904. You might need to work that out properly. Then I'm going to write 5.6 times 3.4 underneath and work out what I have to do to each part. So what do I have to do to 56 to get to 5.6? Divide by 10. What do I have to do to 3.34 to get to 3.4? Divide by 10. So what do I have to do to these? I'd have to divide by 10 on this side. So if I divide this side of the equation by 10 and 10 again, then I need to do that. So either I divide by 10 and 10 again, or move down twice, which is also the same as dividing by 100. So this would be 19.04 because I moved down twice. But it's not just 19.4, it's 19.4 centimeters squared because it's centimeters and it's area. So 19.04 centimeters squared. How am I going to check my answer, you ask? Well, I can do two things. One, I'm going to do 6 times 4. What's 6 times 4? That's 24. So this number ends in a 4. Does my answer end in a 4? Yes. A few people put 19.06. So if you put a 4, you could check that one. Check that mistake. Done. The second thing is I could estimate this. So I'm going to round this to one significant figure. So I round 5.6 to 6. Round 3.4 to 3. So 6 times 3 equals 18 centimeters squared. Let's have a look. This is 19.04. 19.04 is pretty close to 18. So I've largely done it right. Good. Done. And on to question 22. Give the dimensions of a rectangle which has an area of 48 centimeters squared and a perimeter of 28. Now, dimensions just means side lengths. So the dimensions of that rectangle are 5.6 and 3.4. If it has an area of 48 centimeters squared and it's a rectangle, then I know that I need two numbers that multiply together to make 48 centimeters squared. So thinking about that, my area is 48 centimeters squared. Now, with these two ones, I need to pick one method. I can pick an approach. I know the information is that this has an area of 48, and this is a perimeter of 28, and I want to find the side lengths. All this means side lengths of this rectangle. And you can see it in the question, right? It says centimeter by centimeter. It just wants the side lengths together. So I could either focus on working out numbers that have a perimeter of 28 or an area of 48. I'm going to stick with this because I think it's probably slightly easier to find two numbers that multiply together to make 48. It's also really good to think about which one's going to have less options. Well, there are a lot more numbers that add to make 28 than multiply to make 48. So now I'm just going to write down all the numbers that I know multiply together to make 48. So I could do a factor bug to test that out. Like this, so 148, 2, 24, 3, and 16, yeah, 4 and 12, 6 and 8. 7 doesn't go into it. I know I've got them all because I've gone back to 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 16, 24, 48. I'm going to write my pairs out. 1, 48, 2, 24, 3, 16, 4, 12, 6, and 8. So I've got 5 pairs. The next thing I need to do, so I've worked out area, done area. Next thing I need to do, I need to find perimeter of 28. So perimeter means that all the side lengths add up to 28. So either I could draw out rectangles for every single one. So I could write 1, 1, 48, 48 like that, and then do another one and then another one. Or if I think about it, it's this side length plus this side length. They're the same, right? This side length and this side length are the same. So instead of working out 4 numbers that add together to make 20, I can divide it by 2. 14, and work out 2 numbers that add together to make 14 because I just double them at the end. If you're uncertain about that, just do what I suggested, draw out rectangles for every single one and work out which ones has the correct dimensions, correct lengths to work out to make 28. So, do these add to make 14? No, they add to make 49. These add to make 26. These add to make 19. These add to make 16. These add to make 14. So, not right, not right, not right, not right, right. So it's 6 and 8. If I want to double check it, I could make a quick rectangle which isn't drawn to scale. Add them together. 6 plus 8 is 14, 20, 28, done. And then I double check 6 times 8. Yep, that's 48. Cool. Question 23. A rectangle has an area of 27 centimeters squared. Find the value of question mark. Well, this one is just this one, but slightly less complicated. Strangely, this one's worth 2 marks. This one's worth 2 marks. When this one, I would say in some ways, is a lot less complicated than that one. But it's all down to your own personal preference. So if it has an area, that means 27 centimeters squared. Area I know involves multiplying. So let's have a look. We're working what with the base, which is unknown, times 9 equals 27. So we're trying to find out this. We need to work out what times 9 makes 27. Well, what times 9 makes 27? So I could just write my 9 times tables. 9, 18, 27. Oh, it's 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 times 9 equals 27. So my base, 3, is 27. So the first really important thing is just to make sure you notice it says area, not perimeter. But apart from that, I just write it out like this. If I wanted to be even cleverer, I'd write it like algebra. So A for an unknown times 9 equals 27. So A equals 3. So this would be, sorry, 3? Yeah, 3. I'm going to put 3. That's my answer. And now I'm on to this question. So work out the perimeter of the shape below, question 24. Include units. Look at that. Unit alert. So remember, if it says include units in the answer, even if it doesn't, always put units in your answer when it's perimeter or area. It's just good practice. You need to tell people how big an object is. So unit alert, look at that. Look how amazing that is. Right. Work out the perimeter of the shape below. Include units in the answer. Now, the perimeter is the distance around the total shape. So it's from here to here to here. If you're uncertain, just draw on it with your pen like I'm doing right now. Here and here. So that would be the perimeter. So I don't know this length. I don't know this length because the perimeter is the total length around the shape. So I need all the side lengths. I don't have them all. How am I going to work this out? Well, let's try this height. We know the total length is 10. We know this part is 6. So if we know this total bar is worth 10 because the base is 10, we know this part is 6. We need to work out what equals 10, or if I want to represent it algebraically, 6 plus, let's call it a equals 10. 6 plus what equals 10? Well, 4. So this is going to be 4. Done this, tick, and then I need to deal with this part here. So again, looking at my overall height is 9. This part here is 2, so 2 plus something equals the total height of 9, because this is a taller number, this is a shorter part. Or if I wanted to represent it algebraically, 2 plus b equals 9. So this just represents an unknown number. Don't worry if you don't understand, I just thought I'd whack it in there. 2 plus something equals 9, well, 2 plus 7 equals 9. So this one here is going to be 7. And is that all my sides? This side, this side, this side, this side, this side, this side. Yeah, done. So perimeter, all I'm going to do is add up all my numbers. The way I do that is I'm going to treat it like a tick list. I'm going to do it here. So 4 plus 9 is 11. No, it's not. It's 13. What am I talking about? So I've done that. I've done that. Maybe better to mark it in a different way than before. So I've done that. I've done that. Next one, 13 plus 10. Well, that's 23. Cool. Done that. And as you can see, I'm just going around the shape with clear order. I'm going to go down. So then 23 plus 2. Remember, it's not drawn to scale, so you can't just measure the lengths. Never just measure the lengths. So 25. Then this one, 25 plus 6. Well, that's 31. Done. And then I've got just my 7 to go. 31 plus 7 is 38. So if we go back up here, 7 done. And as you can see from my ticking and my crossing, this should be a cross. I've already done the 4. I did the 4 here. So I've gone full circle. So my answer is 38. 38. Just before I finish that question, it's a perimeter question. I need to include units. So I need to include centimeters. Look at that. Done. And if I had time, I'd probably star this one. There's this one I could make a mistake on because it's just addition, but it's worth double checking. So if I get a chance, I'm going to double check it.